Christian Van Hook. The Rails are coached by Neil Alexander.
Good morning on this Saturday. Lincoln Railer basketball on the air for you here on WLCN 96.3 and WLCNonline.com, along with Josh Komnick and Tom Larey. Jeff Benjamin with you. Getting ready for today's contest. The starting lineups have been introduced. The teams are on the court, and we are ready for basketball here on a Saturday.
Oh.
Christian Van Hook wins the tip, and then the ball is knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say that it was last touched by Jake Olson as Van Hook won the tip.
Off a 6'9" kid.
No, they're going to say that it was last touched by Seton Academy, so the Railers will have the first possession. Railers going with their normal starting lineup that they've used the first 3 games. Jordan Gesner, Jake Olson, Max Cook, Christian Van Hook, and Will Podbelsic. And guys, we're not going to see any other pressure like this all year.
Nope, and it's already started. The run and jump, and it's always a tough thing, but when what happens is what a guy's got to do. If your man leaves, you better go help the ball handler because he's going to need it real quick.
And that's it, Josh. You pass to where the double comes from. But you got to be fast. You got to get it before a guy gets there because you won't get it away once he arrives.
Seton Academy quickly down the lane, off the glass. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Tolliver off the glass and in. And don't be surprised if we say that a lot. Rebound for Seton Academy, putting it back in because they've been averaging 40 rebounds a contest.
There you go. They ran that nice.
Railers get it into the front court. Wilson, got to stay out of the corners against this team. Gesner, back on top to Olson. Now to Cook. Max in the corner to Podbelsic. You know, and here's the thing. With as many shots as Seton Academy gets, the Railers, if they can be patient, maybe, cause a little frustration for the Sting.
You want them to play as much defense as you can get them to play.
Foul's going to be whistled as Max drove down the lane. It's going to be the first foul whistled here in the contest. It's going to go against Weems.
And it looks like what they're running in the half court is kind of a matchup zone where anybody's got the ball in that area and one guy's got them.
And they switch it so seamlessly, Josh. They really have play it well.
Olson's 3 is no good. Rebound comes down to the 6'9" Russell Robinson. And the Sting looking to run. And a foul is going to be a travel is going to be whistled. I thought that Jake was going to be called for reaching in, but Weems called for steps. And minute 20 into the contest, Railers down just 2-0.
Yeah, good job by Jake. First thing when the guy's back, he's got to stop the basketball, and that's exactly what he did.
Gesner goes down, looking for a call, no call. Tolliver down the lane, kicks it over, underneath to Weems with the left hand off the glass and good.
Man, they're fast. The Railers have to avoid playing speed up. They've got to play this game at their pace, if they can.
Cook in the lane, kicks it back out to Gesner. Tolliver out on him. Cook in the corner, looks to go baseline, cut off by Weems. Podbelsic back to Olson. Van Hook hands to Gesner. Jordan will fire off a 3. It's on the way, and it's good.
Didn't shoot the ball well.
Seton's coach is not a very happy man right now.
Well, the Railers have moved the ball well, and it looked like in the first possession that the Sting were in a matchup zone, and that one was pretty much straight up man-to-man. It looked like the big guy came out and guarded Van Hook out on the perimeter, so maybe they just didn't know quite what to run, and the coach is going to straighten it out real quick.
And I guess their matchup was brilliant. I mean, they were seamlessly moving, and the Railers were having trouble. So it could just be that he switches as a matter of philosophy.
And I think if we can break their pressure, I think the Railers would do fine in the half court. I think the full court is the problem that the Railers would have or could have.
Yeah, just with speed and quickness.
So the starters for Seton real quick are 6'2" junior Mark Weems, 6'1" senior Jordan Foster, 6' junior Kamal Shasi, 6'4" senior J.R. Tolliver, and 6'9" senior Russell Robinson. Sting quickly into the front court after the timeout. Weems on the left side. They lob it down for Robinson off the glass, and that's good.
Seton's every shot's been in the lane, I think.
Against the pressure again, Weems against Gesner.
Gesner's done a good job so far of driving the ball up.
Gesner to a cutting Podbelsic. Should have taken that shot, didn't, and then the ball's turned over. Kicked ahead now to the Sting. Weems down in the corner, looks to make a move against Cook, and a block's going to be whistled against the sophomore.
Right in front of the Railer bench, the Railer coaches were not enchanted with that call.
But again, guys, down on this end, when Podbelsic had the ball in the lane, against these guys, you're probably going to get a few shots blocked, but you got to take it when you get that open a look.
Yeah, especially as close as we were.
Under 5.5 to go, first quarter. Lefty 3 is up on the way, shoots up an air ball. Rebound comes down to Tolliver, who flips it up and in with the left hand.
Yeah, the backside guys, you got to get there tonight. It's if you don't get a rebound on the backside here, it's 2 points every time.
Every time.
8-3. Gesner to Cook. Into the front court. Cook is watched by Weems. To Podbelsic. Max is going to drive in with the floater up and good, and a blocking foul is going to be whistled. Count the basket. Nice move by Max. Guys, something we've been looking for Max to do. Take it to the basket early. That time he did, and he's rewarded going to the line.
Yeah, he's done a good job all tournament of getting into the lane. It's just a lot of the times he prefers or doesn't see an opening and kicks it out. And that time, Max saw an opening and got in there and did a good job of body control, sidestepping the guy that was taking the charge, and got the block, got the 2 and a free throw.
Well, so far the Railers certainly aren't intimidated by this ball club. They're playing a good. Railers played a good first quarter so far.
Max hits the free throw, cuts it to a 2-point game, 8-6. 3 on the way. That's up and good from Weems. He has 5.
Gessner's hit the guy boxing him out 2 times now in a row and not has gotten called yet.
He hasn't.
Olsen. Podbelsic. Up near the timeline to Van Hook. Christian's going to drive down the lane with the little finger roll. Got by Robinson.
Nice.
He can do that all game.
Yep.
Quickly down court, and he's going to be out of bounds, so they got a little too fast. And a turnover by the Sting will give the ball back to the Railers. We're at 11-8. Lincoln down by 3, 4:19 to go. And, you know, we talk about Robinson. If he switched out on Christian, like you guys mentioned, yeah, the size is there for the Sting, but Christian's got the advantage speed-wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gesner over to Podbelsic. Podbelsic skips it over to Olsen. Down in the corner to Christian. Christian 3 on the way. Back rim no good. Weems the rebound for the Sting. Almost thrown it away. Tracked down by Foster into the front court on the right wing. Back on top by Weems. He fires another 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Max there for the Railer rebound. Cook will slow the pace down as we're at the 3:50 mark of the first quarter. Seton Academy 11. Lob play. Max almost went in. He and Christian did not connect on the alley-oop there, and the layup is no good. Put back that up and good this time from Chassis.
Yeah, one thing they do is they'll throw it on the rim just to go get it again, and that's exactly what Chassis did. The very athletic left-handed guy.
And a blocking foul is going to be called. And Tom, I'll tell you what, as an official, I don't know if you saw what I saw. It almost seemed like the right arm was going to come up and make that punch forward for the offensive, and he thought about it. Blocking foul was called.
Yep, we had a little better angle than the official, I think, Jeff. It was coming at us, and he was looking at the back of it. But we'll take it. The Railers can use that call.
13-8, Railers only down 5. 3:28 to go here in the first quarter. In the backcourt to Olsen, now back to Gesner. Curtis Cross into the contest for the first time for Seton Academy. It looks like he could do pretty well on a football team.
Yeah.
Gesner works around Cross, pull up from 18, didn't get the roll. Max tries to get the rebound, but Robinson comes out with it. Chassis, and then it's thrown away.
Third Seton turnover to 1 for the Railers. So in that regard, they're doing a great job. Now they put a little more size on Gesner to see if that'll bother him a bit more bringing it up.
Cook, as Gesner gets it into the front court. Max down the lane. Nobody gets in his way. The finger roll up and good.
Yeah, interesting, guys. Max has really brought the ball up the whole tournament, and now it's pretty much giving it to Gesner.
Robinson with the left hand. That's no good. And the smallest guy out there, Will Podbelsic, fights through the trees for the rebound.
Van Hook did a great job there of challenging that layup without getting a foul.
13-10, 2.5 to go. Podbelsic tried to throw it over the double team. He had it tipped away, but then they take it back. Olsen's 3 spins off no good. Gesner there from the weak side rebound. And I think Gesner's going to go to the line shooting 2. Good job. Josh, you've talked about it. We've got to get those rebounds, and Gesner, they lost sight of him, and he's going to the line.
Yeah, Gesner has attacked the offensive boards all tournament long. It just, anything, a rebound, a tip out, anything to make Seton Academy give them a little pressure on the rebounds, and we're usually not accustomed to seeing that out of the Railers. It's usually once we shoot it, we try and get back on defense, and we do need to do that against this team. But when you can sneak in there and get an easy one, Gesner's been doing a good job of it all year.
Interesting, guys, as Gesner makes the first free throw. Railers only with 2 guys here. Usually they've got them a little bit closer to the timeline. They're already back into the backcourt ready for the sting because you know they're going to run it up.
Exactly.
Gesner missing the second free throw.
And, you know, one way to stop a running team is to challenge them on the boards and make them keep more guys in instead of just flying everybody as soon as the ball goes up.
So after the 1 free throw from Cook, it's 13-11, 2:15 to go. In the corner, right side, 3 is up and good. That is Chassis.
The coaches knew that was coming. They were screaming at the kids. They just couldn't get over there quick enough.
Gesner working against Cross. Back to Cook, 2-minute mark. Railers down by 5. Can Podbelsic pull it closer?
Yeah.
He can with 3.
Right.
And that's a guy we kind of talked about earlier on. Hasn't had a good shooting tournament so far, and a good start for Will to get a basket to go.
16-14. Left side 3 on the way. Left it short. Max just crushed the shooter, but no call.
We've done that 3 times, guys, and usually they really protect the shooter.
Oh, they're not calling anything after the ball goes.
Approaching the 90-second mark. Very closely played first quarter. Max is going to drive the lane again. Kicks it out to Van Hook. Van Hook fakes one way, goes the other way. Gesner, do we have the lead? We do! Gesner for 3.
Railers 3 of 6 shooting threes this quarter.
17-16, a minute 15 to go in the first quarter. Down the baseline. Seton Academy's Tolliver looks to make a move against Cook. Double team comes from Will. Shot off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, ball loose. And it was blocked from behind by Gesner, but they're going to say the foul was on Max on the other side. But the Railers doing a nice job forcing Seton Academy to be uncomfortable in their offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing we've got to do, though, is once they shoot it, we've got to go rebound at the box out, even the shooter, because 2 times, yeah, and as you just said, Jeff, Max has 2 now, which is huge for the Railers, but we've got to box out the shooter, even in close. They like to throw it up on the board and go get it again.
Max will check out. 6'2" sophomore Edward Volby will check in.
You know, it looks like Gesner really hit the weight room this summer, too. He seems a good bit stronger this year.
And it showed. It showed in his play.
Second one up and good, so Seton Academy grabs the lead back at 18-17. As we approach a minute to go, Railers are going to need to try and get it in. They do to Olson. Jake hands back to Gesner.
Railers have done a nice job. 2 turnovers this quarter.
Gesner on top to Olson. Over to Podbelsic. We're under a minute. Van Hook. Gesner had it taken away. Ball loose on the floor. Gesner still trying to get it. Ball's out of bounds, and Gesner was the last one to touch it.
Yeah, well, the problem now with Gesner handling the ball so much is he's going to get exhausted.
Tired, yeah.
And Seton Academy will run 8, 9 guys at you, and they can press up. You know, they can pressure you full court.
Yeah, we got to get him some relief.
Seton Academy with a 1-point advantage, 18-17. Foster on the right side, watched by Podbelsic. Left side now to Weems.
Boy, their officials are really letting this be physical.
Down to 25 seconds. I think this is the longest they've had the ball on a possession.
Well, you shoot 93 times, you can't. You're not worried about the shot clock if there was one.
Down to 15 seconds.
So the Railers achieve at least 1 goal, which is to keep them from shooting it 93 times.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, no doubt.
Foster down to 7 seconds. Weems. Left side 3 on the way. That's up, and it is good. That is Foster for 3. I think that's the way our first quarter is going to end. So Seton Academy with a 4-point advantage as we go to the second. At the end of 1, it's Seton Academy 21, Lincoln 17.